Good afternoon. It is September 3rd, 2019, and I decided to start doing daily pieces of content because we have a lot of interesting stuff that's happening around the Catalyst headquarters in St. Petersburg Group. And I find when I see people out and about that there seems to be an interest in what's going on, and obviously a lot of that, because we're pretty deep in a lot of different community projects, touches a lot of people that would be in my social media world. So I'm going to try this experiment and talk about my days and give updates as to what we're doing, and welcome you to plug in any place that you see fit. But we have really interesting days. I'm excited to share it with you and to get your feedback. So first and foremost, today we got this, which is the Best of St. Pete, which is a project that an SPG Insight board member, Ashby Green, worked on for a long time with Sven Baumeister. They've done a couple of these around Tampa. They look great. They always look great. Sven really knows what he's doing. I think he's doing one with Mark Blumenthal and the folks at Synapse as well. St. Petersburg Group has a couple of entries here. We have one for the St. Petersburg Group, which is a 2-pager, which I'm going to find for you, because I've actually only looked at it once. 226. There we are, the Dream Team. Well, that's the Catalyst, and then we have a couple pages for St. Petersburg Group, and then St. Pete X, which I actually forgot I had put in there, but it's cool because we listed the first 50 episodes that we did for SPX, and there's the SPG page. A lot of other completely irrelevant stuff. I don't have the date in my head, but I know they're doing a launch party in the near future with Michael Scott Novilla at his awesome venue, Nova, on 9th Street, Noma 535. And speaking of SPX, I'm excited finally, after a long delay, to announce that we are going to be launching Season 2 of SPX, I believe, tomorrow, which will be the day that this probably comes out, so Wednesday or Thursday at the latest. Guest number 1, or episode 51, but guest number 1 for Season 2 is going to be Dr. Kiran Patel, who has been very active in philanthropy and a very successful businessman. And so we had an interesting conversation, and I'm excited to put that out. These are a little bit older interviews. We actually have about 10 of them in the can. We were working on getting some sponsors. We ended up with CapX Advisory Group as a sponsor and Open partnership, and we're pretty tight with Open. Jim Aresti, who is one of the main funders of Open, also is an investor in the St. Petersburg Group. So we're very tight with Open and love what they do, and are happy that they're supporting us with this sponsorship. So look for Season 2 of St. Pete X, my podcast, in a couple of days. Also got a cool new series coming out in the Catalyst that will be starting this week called The Workaround, and partnered with John Kyle, who's a fantastic writer. He writes a lot for Creative Loafing. He's got a really unique and funny style, has a couple novels out as well. And what he's going to do is go around and profile all the great places for freelancers. We're in the gig economy, to work. And so we're going to start with Banyan, which is a place I go most mornings, a lot of mornings, and spend a lot of time there in my usual seat and with my usual breakfast. And it's just become a habit. And I've also expanded into Grassroots. I think that's a great place too, mainly because they're open late. So we'll start to profile a lot of the cafes and coffee shops. We'll also look into co-working. We'll look into even libraries and things like that. But the idea is to put out about one a week, a nice profile of different places that people could work around the city, because I know I'm always looking for, if I want to get out of the office, a place to go work. We're going to look at Wi-Fi speed. We're going to look at number of electrical outlets to let pets in. What are their hours? Great parking. And so if you see that and you think there's anything else you want to know about the places to work around town, let us know, and we'll try to work it into that series. And a little bit of bad news today. I was excited. Sarah Jane Vadalat, I believe is her last name. She put a great piece out for us called "Where Have All the Mangoes Gone," which was a synopsis of her dissertation, in which she spent 8 months on profiling how the gas plant district transformed into the Tropicana, the Dome, and sort of the history of that whole transition. And it was really powerful. It got shared. I think we had something like 7,000 or 8,000 reads on it in the Catalyst, which is a good number for our content. And Jason Mathis, who is the CEO of the Downtown Partnership, called me and said, "Hey, this is an 80-page document. It's great. She actually did some really cool custom graphics, and I believe she told me she made a almost 3 foot by 7 foot or 3 foot by 9 foot scale model of the city with wood blocks and whatnot. I haven't seen it yet, but it sounds pretty awesome. So he said, hey, with St. Petersburg Press, let's get this thing out as a book. So we, had a quick conversation about it, agreed to a partnership on it, and we're going to be putting out Where Have All the Mangoes Gone as a book. With Sarah as she's an instant author, which is pretty cool. She has a big date to present her work to the city, which I believe is September 9th, and our goal was to get the books in hand by then. It's been tough formatting it because it is such a uniquely and highly graphic book. So I'm not sure if we're going to make it, but we're going to bust our rears to try to get it done. And even if we don't, it's not the end of the world. This will still be a great book. And we'll make sure that the mayor and the city council and everybody gets a copy of it. So, Where Have All the Mangoes Gone? If you did happen to see that article in the Catalyst and you'd like to know that a book's coming out in the near future. So, I don't want to make these things too long. So I think that's enough. There's a lot more today. Had some very interesting conversations with Irv about the forthcoming St. Petersburg Foundation. I will say we have 2 panels going this Thursday and Friday at Working Women at Tampa Bay. Margie's got, I believe, Thursday, and she's doing marketing in media and talking about how startups or how small businesses can work through the media and bring quality content. And then Tanya Elmore, who runs the Tampa Bay Innovation Center where we're located, is hosting a panel with some different folks from Pitchlist. Suchi Bias is going to be there. Eve from Expedite Legal, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're connected to Working Women in Tampa Bay at all, make sure to stop by and say hi at the Catalyst table there. I think I'm going to leave it at that. So I've got more to share, but we'll save that for tomorrow so these don't get too long. And I hope you appreciate a lot of interesting action coming at you quick. And we'll keep evolving this until we get it to be the highest value that it can be. Thanks for watching.